Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. We're going to talk about the DCEU and some problematic people associated with the DCEU. We're going to talk about Ezra Miller possibly getting dumped from the Flash movie, you know, because he chokeslammed a girl, right? Is that what happened in some bar in Iceland? We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about Amber Heard. That if she's not telling the truth, she's going to be in big trouble. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 100,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. Geeky is sitting this one out. She's doing home improvements. Yeah, we're stuck at home. So she decided she's going to do some gardening. She decided she's going to paint the bathroom, and she wants me to buy her a nail gun. This is why I love her. I think she's using the nail gun for home improvements. I hope she's using the nail gun for home improvements. All right, so first we're going to talk about Ezra Miller. This is coming from Bounding in the Comics. Flash rumor, Warner Brothers could dump Ezra Miller and abandon the project altogether. God, I hope so, because I really hated his Barry Allen, especially when you compare his Barry Allen to the CW Arrowverse version of Barry Allen. It's not Barry Allen. It's just not. And his costume sucks too. I mean, what the hell is this? What is this? This is stupid. This looks like a Power Ranger. This doesn't look like the Flash. Anyway, things aren't looking good. The Flash, off delayed and starring Ezra Miller, could be in jeopardy. Warner Brothers might cut ties with Miller after the video of the actor choking a fan in Iceland surfaced online and was authenticated. What the hell is going on? So Mikey Sutton of Facebook Scoop fame says a source of his at Warner relayed the choking incident sent shockwaves through the company, and they are investigating. Well, yeah, nobody wants their people out there choking fans. Everything should depend on what the studio uncovers, but the focus of internal discussions is canceling the Flash movie altogether. I think this is very likely anyway, because Warner Brothers, you know, we talked about in an earlier video, they're cutting back, they're cutting corners, and I'm sorry, I don't think the Flash movie starring Ezra Miller is going to be a big hit. I just don't. According to the rumor, many executives were not crazy about making the film in the first place. Additionally, they're wary of keeping Miller on due to bad publicity haunting the movie and appearances in the future. The WB is taking the process slowly because of the pandemic, so a decision won't be made right away. The future looks dim for The Flash regardless, says Sutton. Warner Brothers has not commented on the matter, and there's no word yet either on how the controversy will affect Fantastic Beasts 3, which is also struck with delays and is caught up in another scandal, the Depp Heard thing, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Man, what is it with Warner Brothers and these people? Where do they find these people? Sutton emphasized this scoop is coming from one lone source, allegedly within the studio. Normally he talks to a few sources, but he made an exception this time. I gotta tell you, with everything going on and with the Ezra Miller video circulating the way that it was, this wouldn't surprise me at all. We too have contacts in and around Warner Brothers, not on the DCEU side of things, but in the animation departments at Warner Brothers. And sometimes you know your sources are pretty good, so you run with it. There's a lot of unhappy people at Warner Brothers right now because everybody's worried about their jobs, right? So this is coming from Mikey Sutton. It all happened in a flash, but the fallout might be felt for years. According to a source at Warner Brothers, the disturbing choking video of Ezra Miller that was leaked a few days ago sent shockwaves through the company. I want to emphasize source in singular, as I usually don't run leaks without speaking to multiple parties. But I'm making an exception here. Warner Brothers is investigating what really happened in Iceland, where that video was shot. Depending on what evidence they will find, internal discussions have focused on canceling the Flash movie altogether. Executives weren't excited about the project to begin with, but felt it would be a way to softly reboot the DCEU, keeping what they like from Zack Snyder's time with the franchise. With an ongoing global pandemic, I'm told the progress will be slow in regards to an ultimate decision regarding this, but there doesn't seem to be a bright future ahead for a Flash film. Warner Brothers is wary of keeping Miller in the role, as the bad publicity will haunt the solo movie and any future appearances of him as the Flash in other films. No word yet on what happens with Fantastic Beasts. We're going to talk about that. This is coming from Mikey Sutton. So over on this other YouTube channel, right, Lords of the Long Box said that Miller was intoxicated. We wondered about that, and bragging about scars from fights he has been in before putting his hands on the woman's throat. Well, that sounds great. Wonderful, wonderful. Dude's a little strange. I gotta put it out there. I've seen him in interviews, and again, the body language. The body language is just, he seems very, very off. I don't know where this guy's at mentally. You take a guess, but he seems like he's not quite with it. He's gone through some shit, I think. And I don't know. He's not even 30 years old yet. His career could be over. He could be canceled. Twitter is calling for Ezra Miller to be canceled. So, speaking of canceling, there was a big deal a year or two ago about canceling Johnny Depp, that Johnny Depp was a horrible person. Johnny Depp was, in altercations with Amber Heard, and now it seems more and more that the scales are being tipped in Johnny Depp's favor. We've actually had some other celebrities step forward and defend Johnny Depp, including Winona Ryder, who used to date Johnny Depp. I think they were engaged at one point, and she actually stepped forward and said, no, I don't think Johnny Depp did the things that Amber Heard accused him of doing. Well, here's the thing. If Amber Heard is caught lying, she could be going to jail for like 3 years, because this is very, very serious. So now some people believe that Amber Heard actually faked evidence. And if she faked evidence, and the trial is moving forward, if she faked evidence, she's going to prison. Well, she's rich. I don't know if she's actually going to prison or not. I mean, does Hollywood, do they ever really go to prison? I don't know. But she's going to be in trouble. She could face up to 3 years of jail time. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. These things tend to disappear down the memory hole. So this is actually coming from Comic Book Resources, which we told you before. It seems like they're doing an about face now. It seems like Comic Book Resources is doing a 180 from the kinds of content they used to do. If you go back to Comic Book Resources a year ago, they probably wouldn't have touched this, or they would have blindly taken Amber Heard's side. But now they're kind of like, wait a minute, there's some stuff that doesn't make sense here. Kind of like YouTubers, kind of like the YouTubers that are doing better than a lot of these blogs right now. I'm just putting that out there. Just putting it out there. Amber Heard faces prison if found guilty of falsifying evidence against Depp. She could go to jail if it's proven the actress falsified evidence to support her claims that Depp slapped her around. So legal drama surrounding Aquaman star Amber Heard and her ex-husband, Fantastic Beasts star Johnny Depp, has taken another turn following shocking allegations against the actress, who claimed that Depp had abused her during their 18-month-long marriage. So Depp is suing Heard for defamation due to her domestic abuse claims, and there appears to be new evidence that suggests Heard faked some of her alleged injuries at the hands of Depp that allowed her to obtain a temporary restraining order against the actor, and if that were to be proven true, the actress could face up to 3 years in prison. So yeah, imagine that. Johnny Depp didn't cut his own finger off. I don't think he cut his own finger off. He joked about it, but I don't think he did it. So Depp is filing a $50 million defamation suit. It is moving forward, okay? But here's where it gets interesting. The makeup artist that worked with Amber Heard. At issue now are Depp's claims that Heard used makeup to paint on the... At issue now are Depp's claims that Heard used makeup to paint on the bruises that she used as her evidence to obtain the restraining order in 2016. Actor James Franco has become... James Franco's involved in everything. Actor James Franco has become a key figure in the case since he was filmed on surveillance video, spending time with Heard in the days before and after the restraining order was obtained. Wow, she's getting around, isn't she? Heard had also claimed that Depp had given her 2 black eyes before she appeared on The Late Show with James Corden in 2015, but her stylist, Samantha McMillan, has stated, throughout the day of December 16th, 2015, I could see clearly that Amber Heard did not have any visible marks or bruises or cuts or injuries to her face or any part of her bod. So here's the thing. California Penal Code Section 141 PC establishes that it is illegal to alter, modify, plant, place, conceal, manufacture, or move any physical matter with the intention of causing someone to be charged with a crime. Other laws that would apply include offering false evidence under California Penal Code 132 PC and preparing false evidence under California Penal Code Section 134 PC. The latter two laws are felony charges, while the initial law is typically a misdemeanor but could be charged as felony. The felony charges have a maximum sentence of 3 years in prison. Well, I don't know. This is interesting. If you look at the comments, between this and Ezra Miller choking that girl, the DC movies may be recasting more than Batman and Superman. At this point, they're going to have to just start over. Really. I mean, the only DCEU movies I've even cared, well, that's not true. The ones I've cared about, I've loved Wonder Woman, loved Aquaman, loved Shazam. But Batman and Superman have been misses for me. Now, The Batman looks like it might actually be pretty okay. I don't know. But yeah, let's just start over. Just start over. I think Hope, she's caused irreparable damage to her reputation, her movie career. Maybe she could move to Toronto and find a prince. I don't know. Yeah, if it turns out she's lying, I mean, will she be scrutinized the same as a man? I mean, look at what happened here. Everybody believed the worst about Johnny Depp without there being any proof. It got so bad that Johnny Depp was, they were calling for him to be canceled. They were calling for him to be removed from movies. They were calling for him to be removed from The Crimes of Grindelwald, ironically, also starring Ezra Miller. And, Disney, they were talking about rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean without him because of the outrage, And now it's turning out that, hey, maybe she wasn't telling the truth. Maybe she wasn't telling the whole truth here. So, I don't know. This is going to be a really interesting situation, but the DCEU at this point, you might just have to start over, guys. You might have to start over because it's turning into quite the shit show, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Hopefully we can get Geeky on the video later tonight. I think we got some Disney news we're going to talk about, and we'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.